Sim Racing.
I'm Wes Fuller, driver the number 35, stand up to Cancer Ford. I am Sim Racing.
Hi, I'm Cameron Peterson. I am Sim Racing.
What's going on? It's Rob Biotti from 4i Racing, driving the number 44 Toyota Camry, and I am Sim Racing.
Hello, I am Christopher Hamilton, and I am Sim Racing.
Hi, I'm Eric Andrews. I am Sim Racing.
We are Sim Racing.
Good evening and welcome to the Stand Up to Cancer Benefit Series. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties in the background. Just give me a second to try to handle that out. But while that's going on, tonight's race is sent to you by Georgia Diecast. They are a new Nascar Diecast retailer in Georgia. Their website will be up the June 15th. So if you guys want to check them out, go to Georgia Diecast GeorgiaDiecast.com, the website. I looked for it, I couldn't find it, but the website should be up soon. Give me 1 second. But in the booth for me tonight, I have Eric Andrews. Eric, how you doing tonight? I'm doing pretty good, just dealing with the background stuff. Let me turn you up a little bit. You want one quick point check? One more? There we go. Okay, that's a little louder. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to pull up the info in the format while I'm working the troubleshooting in the background. So a little bit of info for tonight's race. Host is Wesley Fuller, or Wes Fuller, presented by Georgia Diecast. Broadcasting is done by Commentary is done by me, Randall, and in the booth, once again, is Eric Andrews, Racing Series. Always love to have him. He's a wealth of knowledge and a very, very adamant fan of car racing. So.
Exciting race tonight. Sure.
Yeah, looks like you're putting on this habit. Check that mic one more time. Sorry.
No, you're good. Maybe if I restart.
Yeah, go ahead and restart and see if that fixes it. For tonight's format, we are at Daytona Cup Cars. What we will be driving qualifying is going to be 30 minutes. And we are 10 laps with a. Sorry, qualifying is not 30 minutes. Qualifying is 10 minutes. I don't know why it says that. That's not my problem. So that's my problem. We're going to have a 10 lap. Let's get back to the series. All right, let's go on one side. Nicholas running on number 55. Check.
Yep. I think I'm back. We'll see how long. How good it is.
Right. All right. Do you have the qualifying times up on your screen?
Yeah, it looks like Lopez so far is top of the board.
Yeah, so he's running a 47.292, which is actually the best lap too. That's pretty good. And then looks like Nicholas ran 47.472. And we're looking at pretty much everyone sub for 48s, maybe sub 49s. That's a pretty big difference out there.
Yeah, qualifying's really not as big of a deal here, other than pit stop or your pit stall. Other than that, you're looking at the draft pretty much hang on and will suck right up pretty good.
Yeah, and right now it's amateur hour for me. I'm sorry, people. I can't believe I did that. It's been a packed day, but yeah, no, we should be good now. Let me get over and lock in over there. There we go. With some new updates to equipment, it's kind of changed a lot of the other settings, and it looks like I still have to make some more tweaks.
Looks like the 41 cars now jumped up to the top of the board.
Yeah, that was Christopher Wheel, and he ran a 48. It looks like for a slow lap, it was like a 48.4456 or something like that, and then just came up there and threw down a 47.259. So definitely, you know, even with people throwing down fast laps when it comes to like restrictor plate racing and stuff like that, it does make a difference in, you know, where you send yourself on the field. But I feel like, you know, with 60 laps at Daytona, what's really going to set everyone apart is, you know, what happens throughout the whole race itself, and, you know, where that goes from. And I don't know how you feel about that, but it's usually been my experience. Even if you have someone, you know, P1 through P6, I've seen guys from P20 work their way all the way up, just, you know, timing and you know, biding your time and really stretching out your runs and pitting when you need to.
Yeah, restrictor plates I normally like to start in the back anyways, try and stay out of trouble.
Yeah, especially with iRacing, that's kind of like one of the biggest I guess, selling points or hardest selling points is really people tend to step out a little too soon, especially for some of the races. So you want to kind of bide your time, keep your car alive, and stay out there on the track.
Yeah, like you found out last week with my qualifying lap. You know, I kind of like to stay out of people's trouble early on. Seem to get quite excited.
I can't believe you did that to me. I was so excited for your time. I was like, he was one of the fastest guys out there. Here we go.
Yeah, I watched that broadcast back. I didn't know that happened until I watched it back.
I like stared at your screen. And I was like, he's gonna go anytime now. Just waiting for him to step on it. Yep, there he goes. Yep, he's stepping on it now. Oh man.
Hey, it worked. Up to 3.
Yeah, right. Oh man. All right, so qualifying's pretty much done. We got 2 minutes left, but everyone out there is pretty much finished. That's the one thing that I wish we could transfer through a little bit better. Looks like we have another guy out there. Let's go ahead and lock on to him. Some pretty awesome paint schemes out there tonight. So let's go ahead and do our due diligence while we are getting ready for the heat races. So I'd like to thank our broadcast sponsors for tonight. That's going to be Critical Hit Bass Lures. If you're not fishing with Critical Hit Bass Lures, I don't know why you're fishing at all. You're not going to catch anything worthwhile. And if it's not a big mouth bass, then you're not using Critical Hit. For anyone in the Southern California area, Nautilus Media Systems is your go-to for any AV, home integration, and networking needs. If you have any issues with your network or home, give them a call and they'll help you out. And then for anyone out there that is looking at getting any diecasts, this is not a broadcast sponsor, but this is the series, or this race's sponsor. That's going to be Georgia Diecast. They will have their website up soon. But go ahead and check them out. I've already kind of looked at their Instagram. I believe that's Georgia Diecast at Instagram. A lot of really nice, clean models. Very, very clean. So I definitely check them out, and definitely a go-to for your diecasts. And then for anyone out there, this is a Stand Up to Cancer benefit race. So all proceeds will be going to the Stand Up to Cancer. And if you guys want to donate to Stand Up to Cancer, in the description below, we have for this video on both Facebook and YouTube a donation link that goes to Wes Fuller's Stand Up to Cancer donation. So all the money that you guys go through there goes straight to Stand Up to Cancer. All right, let's go ahead and get gridding.
Yep, looks like everybody's getting ready to grid up. Should be a good race tonight. It'll be interesting at the beginning here to see who has what strategy, who tries to stay up there in the lead pack, and who lays back a little bit and just hangs back to stay out of trouble.
Yeah, especially with these restrictor plates. I think these guys will. Well, hopefully they'll bide their time. We'll see what happens. You know, you'll know in the first 5 laps on kind of the pace of the race.
Yeah, pretty much probably know actually first turn.
Yeah, first turn. Right. All right, well, while we're at it, let's go ahead and run through the field while these guys are still gridding up. Eric, while I'm running through the grid, if they come onto the back straight onto turn 4, can you let me know?
10-4.
Cool. So we have Austin Greer running the number 45 STP paint scheme. Nice clean paint scheme right there. Nick Stein running in the number 71 Stand Up to Cancer. We have Brandon Johnson running in the number 24 Truckers MP, and also Georgia Diecast on his hood. Travis Trevelyan, I believe, or Trevelyan, is running the Burning Rubber Radio, number 7. I like that paint scheme. Clean and to the point. And then we have Connor Hale running in the number 98 Drydyne. Emmanuel Lopez running in the number 11 Adam Motorsports. An atomic paint scheme he's got there. Emmanuel Wolf running the number 15 Techie Pocket 1. We have Brandard Reitschen and number 29 Red Bull. Looks like it's already put some wings on his car. We have Nicholas Cadwell and the number 17 Diecast, or Georgia Diecast. We have the number 7 Dwayne MacArthur and the number in the Frank's Red Hot Original Sauce. Gotta love Frank's. We have Reese in the number 21 Motion Composites. Nice clean carbon fiber paint scheme. Nicholas running the number 55 Bridger Aerospace. We have Garrett Powell and the number 87 Boeing. Yeah, represent. We have Willie Evernham in the Stand Up to Cancer Benefit Series paint scheme, the number 91. We have Sean O'Brien Jr. running in the Black Flag Motorsports 65 and Community Strong. Wes Fuller, the host of the season. Oh, looks like he just blinked out on us. Wes Fuller, the host of the season, running the number 35 Stand Up to Cancer. Love those teal accents. Josh Billiter running in the number 3 Inside Out Anger Racing Machine. And in the number 37, we have Jason S. Taylor. And the third. We're on the back straight?
3.
All right.
Turn 3 and 4. Just saying, turn 3 and 4.
All right, we'll get to the rest of them, but let's get to the action. These guys go green.
All right, pace cars off, green flags out. Here we go.
We're green, green, green.
Like so far, the 41 jumps out to an early lead, and the two of them, 41-37, look like they're okay with just riding along and just tagging along and staying out front there.
Yep, and it looks like I think that's the 21 stepping out right now. Looking to go down that back straight. Nope, finding himself back in the line.
It looks like he's going to go to the back. Like I said, one of those people that are looking to go to the back and kind of hang back and try to stay out of the early trouble. I mean, one good thing about this race, I heard him say that they do have 2 fast repairs, but you really hate to use them this early, especially in a track like this, because something can happen just in a heartbeat.
Yeah, no, this with restrictor plate racing, you're so tight, you're so close. Any mistakes really just wipes out the whole field. So you guys have to be on your toes all the time, and that's why you, like you said, like to race in the back. It gives you that opportunity to really see what's coming ahead of you and find that opportunity to just stay out of danger. And I think we just have a 3 wide situation, almost break out. Nope,
number
still going
98.
on.
Yep, number 98 jumped right in what they call the sucker hole right there in the center, and got a few cars following him. And
oh, and we got an accident.
Oh, there's a wreck back there. Yep, looks like the
trying to catch him. There we go. Yeah, let's go ahead and throw that to a Critical Bass replay and see what happened out there. That looked pretty rough. All right. But yeah, while you're talking about, I think it was related to the same incident that we were kind of talking about, him getting dropped back into the center and being pulled out. Yeah. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go live with this replay. So if you watch the 30 and the 77's holding his line a little bit. He decides to come up just a tad bit, and then the 30 gets a little antsy since the guy in front was dropping back, and that is what caused it.
Yeah, it looks like the 30 just came down and right into the door of the 77, which just turned.
Yeah, they touched again going back into the pits, too. That's a bummer. All right, and that is going to be it for our Critical Hit Bass Lures replay. And we are back live. Looks like a couple of guys clipped out. There we go. Hey, you seen Kevin Foster out on the track? Okay, never mind. I finally got to him. Oh, the joys of technology. All right, so as we have some guys popping into the pits, grabbing fresh tires, probably splashing up on fuel. Might as well while you're doing it.
And you'll probably see a few when it gets the one to go probably duck on pit road also. The ones that want to be in the back there, I'm sure there'll be a few of them duck on the pit road, and that way it drops them to the back of the field. Stay out of trouble. Still a long way to go, 57 laps to go.
Yeah, that's plenty of time to really, find your position and really work it out there. But while we're at it, let's go ahead and run through the field one more time. We missed a couple of people, so I'm just gonna pop on through. Can you let me know when when the lights are off?
Yep, 10-4.
Ooh, oh, dude, these new damage mechanics are beautiful. All right, looks like Connor Rockwood deciding to back out of his pit stall all the way. But we have the number 34 running in the Old Spice beard. That's a cool paint scheme. I like that. That's going to be Connor Rockwood. All right, then I must have locked onto someone else. And then, let's see, we were on Dwayne MacArthur. We ran through him. We had Nick Stein. We have Kyle in the Tic Tac number 78. That's actually one of my favorite flavors. Is I think it's Mandarin or something like that, or Mandarin Orange. That
sounds like a lot of people are all about staying fresh. You got the Old Spice, you got the Tic Tacs.
Uh-oh, we got a Dolphins fan out here. The number 72, Lee, running.
You can perform better than the Dolphins have.
We'll see how that plays out for him.
Oh, like last year they came on late, so maybe that's what his strategy is, to come on late.
That might be. We might be able to pull it off. And then we have a classic from the core series. One person I always like to root for is Paul Butler, running number 68.
Or one to go.
All right, let's see if we got anyone else we can skip through. We'll get back to them later. Let's get back to the race. All right, so I think everyone got the nerves out. That's usually what happens. You get nervous the first couple of laps. People trying to find the position. You get dropped back, and you can, we saw them go 3 wide. They get sucked down the hole, and you saw them drop back. I think it was like 4 to 5 positions in under a couple of seconds. That's pretty indicative of what's going to happen in a restrictor plate if you get caught in that center. And then you're just going to have to deal with it. And if you're not playing heads up and watching what's coming down the line, or you're trying to figure out where to go, you're just going to get yourself caught up in an accident.
Well, a little too early in my standards to go 3 wide this early in the race. I mean, I know you want to try and get to the front, but they said a little early to get to 3 wide. It's like I said, long way to go. Still got 56 laps to go, so.
I definitely would agree with you on that, but I don't think that person had any control about that. I think someone definitely had a fast run, and they were getting around him, and he just didn't want to let go. This is my land. I'm going to stay here. And that's also one thing that, it's not just the person that's pushing that has a chance to that makes it go 3 wide. It's also the person playing defense and trying to hold their position. So sometimes you just want to think ahead and just let the person take it and follow in right behind them and don't lose all that speed.
All right, pace car's off. Got the green flag. Looks like Reese Ferret coming to the start-finish line.
That's correct.
With Foster on the outside.
That's kind of a first for me. Seeing Kevin Foster riding up there in the first 10 laps.
Yeah, he's usually one that likes to kind of hang back and chill, but I think he wants to get his stand-up to cancer paint scheme out front there.
Definitely would agree with you on that.
He's getting a good push on the outside there from Nick Stein, giving him a good shot, getting Foster up to the front there.
Yep. It looks like the 15 is going to go and lock in behind him too.
So one thing I've seen to find about the restrictor plate racing is the high line always seems to get a good run. I guess it's just the way the air is and everything, but it always seems like the high line can get a good run.
I always felt that with the high line, the reason you got a good run is just because it's a little easier. You have a little more room to kind of play with, and you're not as tense as you would on the inside. The inside, I think it's just a natural thing. People just tense up for it, and I think that's what really kind of screws people. is just being so tense on that situation, and then kind of, just trying to keep your line straight.
I've always preferred being on the outside. I even know when I've gotten the lead a couple times, I would even stay up high just to leave the bottom line open, just because I always feel like the high line just always seems to suck up a lot better.
Yeah. And it looks like, I don't want to call us ahead of time, but Connor in the number 98, I think he's getting ready to make a move up the line. You kind of see he's got some speed on him, and we saw him making some kind of just pushing around, but I think he might be trying to get around. I've seen
98. He's the one that last time that went in the middle lane there and started went right up the sucker hole. He's the one that started that last time, and there he goes again. Oh
yep.
no, he got and it spun out the 7.
Oh man. And there we go. Caution out. Lap 10. We're coming up to lap 10. Let's go ahead and throw that on a critical hit bass lures replay and find out what happened. I was actually focusing on Wesley in the number 38. I looked like he was going to be causing a caution pretty soon, but I must have missed it.
Actually, the 98 just got underneath, went to go in the center there and just got to the 7. I don't know if the 7 didn't know he was there.
Oh, no. The 72 brake. He didn't purposely brake check him, but the 72 braked, and it drove the 7 back too fast. We can watch that again, actually. Let's go ahead and throw that back. And if you watch, the 72 he's gonna brake, and then the 7 is gonna go and he brakes, and the 98 was already making a fast push, and it just took him.
Yeah, around he went right across the nose of the 07.
Yep, and that is going to be our critical hit bass lures replay. Caution report. But man, no, I was actually watching Wes. He was gonna get ready to make a solid move, and it looked like he was getting a little tight with some of the guys out there. So I was a little scared for him.
Damage model. I noticed someone like Paul Butler got in the rear of it looked like the 17 and ripped off his rear deck lid or his rear bumper there. Like I said, part of the new damage model.
Yeah, I like the new damage model, to be honest. It's pretty awesome. I haven't had a chance to really, pay attention to it because we haven't ran Cup cars in core in a while, so I haven't had a chance to really see the new damage model in action.
Yeah, I think it just started with this last update.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, because it actually gave Paul just a little bit of damage on his front nose where he got the back of the 17.
Yeah, it looks like he hit like a raccoon or something. So just a little bump, nothing big.
It's coming into the pits right now. I don't know if I'd use a fast pair right now, because if you stay tucked up behind a car, you should be all right drafting. Well, but if you get out from behind, away from the draft, and you're not going to be that good. But it looks like he went ahead and used a faster pair because he's got a brand new nose now.
Yeah, talking about that, with the new damage model, another question is how much is that representative of what you're feeling in the game? And that's one thing I'm kind of curious about, is even though you have that, damage to the front end, how much of that is actually translating over to the way the car handles and takes on the aero?
Yeah, I'm sure it affects you pretty good, and it's probably pretty realistic. iRacing's done a pretty good job with that, but like I said, it's one of those deals. I guess Paul didn't want to take a chance to find out how it was going to be.
Right. And it's also one of those races where, if you're going to take a chance, the first 20 laps, the first 30 laps is where you want to take it. You start putting yourself up for taking chances towards the end, and you're not going to have a good time. All right, so our top 6, we have Bennett Allen in the number 30, Brandon Reichson in Brandon R. I'm gonna mess up his name every single time. In the number 29, we have Reese Verrett in the number 21, Nicholas in the number 55, Emmanuel Wolf in the number 15, and Kevin Foster in the number 1, rounding off that top 6. And it looks like we're already getting another person dropping off. That looks like it's Nicholas. So that's going to move Nick Stein, I believe, up to 6. Oh, and lo and behold, look, Dolphins, P8. I wouldn't count them out, man.
Yeah, they're still hanging in there. Like I said, they just hang around, and it seems like at the end they just came on.
Kevin's going to have a challenger. That's, speaking of some of the drivers that we know quite a bit about, Kevin Foster is one of those guys that he's pretty technical when he drives. That's why we were saying it's both kind of odd to see him running up in the front pack this early in the race. He's one of those guys that will stretch out his runs. He usually likes to run in the back, try and avoid any accidents. And then when he gets a chance, he makes his move. But with him up here right now, that's definitely, he feels like he's got a chance, and he's willing to go for it.
Yeah, like I said, with the 2 fast repairs, it makes you feel a little bit more comfortable. But yeah, I don't know if you can ever feel comfortable here at a restrictor plate race.
But even taking a fast repair, that's going to run you down to the back of the line. All right, lights are off. Coming out of turn 4. Are you ready for this, Eric? Because I am.
Oh yeah, this should be exciting. Back to it. Looks like we got Bennett Allen up front with Reese Verrett on the outside.
Pace car is off. And we are green, green, green.
Looks like the outside line's got a good push there. Reese got a good push from the 15.
Yes, he looks like he's holding up pretty well.
Trying to give that inside line a shove, but that inside line just can't catch up. I'm seeing the 21 go down low there. It's going to be interesting to see. We'll see if this 15 gets a shove from the 87. I bet you any money he'll be up front here in a minute.
Yeah, coming down this front straight.
There's just something about being in that high line. It's a place to be right there.
Yeah. It might also be the arrow that's coming down from below him. It's kind of punching a little bit of like a hole diagonally for him. But yeah, no, there he goes. He's got the run. And you can see right there, the 87 locked in on his bumper. Definitely not going to let him go right now.
Oh, no, there's a 15 through the grass.
Yeah, I just saw that happen. And that is the
No caution.
tragedy of being locked with bumpers. And there it is. Let's catch that again. Let's run that on our caution report. Oh,
yeah, it's fun.
Paul Butler hitting the wall. Come on, guys, it's a caution. All right. Some turtles out there.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like the 15 just got a shove. Or he didn't need to get a shove.
It happens. All right, let me get a little closer on this one.
Actually, it looks like the 15 just decided to move down a little bit, and when having the car behind him locked on his bumper, it just gives you a little bit of an off-center shot, and it's turned him around.
Yeah, that happens. All right, here we go. And we are live with the replay. You can see right now, locked bumpers. It looks like an uneven push.
Yeah, like I said, it looks like the 15 started to move down the track just a little bit, and just made the off center and just spun him around.
Yeah, that's also one thing you kind of want to communicate if you're out there in the race is you want to reach out to the guy behind you and be like, hey, man, I can't handle it. Because if he doesn't lift, you're going to get that exact situation that just happened.
If you don't stay square on these cars, it'll
turn
spin
down.
you.
It's just a lot of force that's being applied.
Poor Paul Butler. I guess he's going to be using his second fast repair.
Yeah, he decided to touch that wall. I know he was avoiding some people braking, but I don't know. That was a rough one.
Yeah, never fun to get into anything under caution like that.
No, they're still all trying to wind down. All right. Lap 16. It's been a rough one for a couple of guys out there. Most likely anyone that's been involved in an accident's probably already burnt up there too.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of guys that are going to have to be minding their P's and Q's until the end of the race if they want to make it to the end of the race.
I agree with you, but let's go ahead and talk about some of the faster guys out there. Kevin Foster, Austin Greer, and Garrett in the 87 that was given the push to the 15. Garrett's been fast, unnervingly fast in the draft. I would almost want him in front of me so I can see what he's doing, or just follow in behind his wake. And it looks like he's going to be lining up on the inside of Kevin Foster. So Kevin's definitely got to make sure he keeps up and doesn't get any uneven pushes.
Yeah, use that low line with him being the leader can get a little bit of a jump, but you don't want to get out there too far because that's when people get a big run on you.
It's also a point in that race where you don't really want that to happen. You kind of just want the pack to stay solid and run itself out. I know this sounds kind of weird to compare it, but when I see restrictor plate racing, I always really think of like kind of endurance runs with like Le Mans and stuff like that. Your whole point is really just to stay alive and survive, the first laps of everyone together, and let the field stretch itself out as much as possible. And the moment people do green flag pit stops, it's anyone's game. It's who's the fastest in and out, who timed it properly, who decided to go in early, who decided to go in late. It scrambles the whole field, and then you set yourself up for a really fun show of just now it's kind of like a battle of wits. The first section is just staying alive and running with the pack. Second section is timing yourself to be in the right place at the right time, and even if it's just a little bit of gas, it's just going to get you past that line. And
yeah, I mean, yep, here we go to the green. Yep, we got Foster getting the green flag. He got the jump just like I stated about.
Yep.
We'll see how this plays out here.
Oh, a little bit of push there. Looks like the number 71. Oh, no, take that back. I think it was the 77. Looks a little uneven out there. I'll follow him for a second. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Number 7 and number 98. Those guys are locked up pretty tight. If anything happens between them, they're definitely going to lose it.
I'll just get ready to say the top 6 were all single file there, but the 87 decided to jump to the outside and change that.
Yep. So back to what you were talking about before we went green. Do you remember what you were going to say?
Now I was just going to say about, with, it being a 60-lap race, my mindset pretty much is, like I said, make it to lap 20 and just kind of hang back there. And there's no need to be shoving and pushing, and because if you don't make it to the end of the race, you can't win the race. And
Exactly.
You can pretty much make your
Oh!
boots. Oh, there's a shove, and it gets shoved to the
Oh, no,
outside
the
wall.
21 taking out the 7.
21 is 7. Oh, and Butler got into that one,
Oh,
too.
dude, he's missing a tire now. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Ouch.
And just as I was saying, there's really no need to be shoving right now. I mean, we're not even halfway. And here we go.
Yep. And it looks like that's going to clean out the field pretty badly. Oof. All right, let's throw that to a critical hit bass. Critical hit bass lure. Wow, I can't say it today. Caution report. I'm fumbling all over my words. All right.
Is that a Dolphins joke?
No, but you're not supposed to catch dolphins. Oh, I get what you just said. Sorry, I'm on a different page right now. There we go. I'm trying to hop through the replay and find that accident.
It looks like the 24 just like got into the back of this. Well, I guess it was the.
Oh, so 21 gave him a push too. Let me get a little closer with that before we make that final call.
Yeah, looks like.
Oh, I see it now. All right, so we have the 21, 24, and the 87. The 21 and the 24 lock bumpers almost, yeah, it's like a double push. And then the 55 pushes the 21 after they recover. So
Yeah,
the 21 lifts, and the 55.
Yeah, everybody got so slow after going up the track, and the 55 just got in the back of them. And,
Yep.
yeah, just a chain reaction from there.
He got him good.
Nature of the beast right there.
Yeah, and like you said, you honestly don't need to be pushing like that, and that's something that's really hard to communicate. We're a lot of people that have grown up with racing in general, in the sense of like playing esports. It's all about being in first. Well, when it comes to kind of real life racing, it's finishing the race, and that's something that I think iRacing really allows drivers to maybe bring home a little bit or understand. Is you want to get to the point where you stretch out the field and you're almost in a one-on-one battle with whoever you're going against. You don't want to be pushing. Well, even though it is restrictor plates, you are going to be pushing, but you don't want to put yourself in a situation where there's 6 guys that you have to think about. You want to think about maybe 1 or 2 guys at most that you have to handle and get around with and kind of position yourself. When you start putting yourself in pretty much all around you, you have a lot to deal with, and there's no way you're going to really come out of it clean.
Yeah, really tough, and like I said, in these restrictor plate races, because so much relies on other people's actions in a race like this, and it's a lot about being at the right place at the right time, or the wrong place at the wrong time, I guess you could say too, on getting a good solid finish.
Yeah. And we don't know who's working together on here, so like if someone's getting a push, you don't know if you're getting a heads up on that push too. So sometimes some of these guys, they have racing wheels that have a little more feedback than normal. So if they get an unexpected push and they're more focused on what's in front of them than what's behind them, they're definitely going to feel it, and it's gonna offset what they're doing out in front. And that's also an important factor.
Yeah, looks like they got 1 to go, and looks like they've switched it to single file restarts. But I'm going to take a wild guess, even though they're going to start single file. It's only a matter of time before they go double file.
Yeah, I might have to take you up on that. No, I think you're right. These guys are probably going to step out as soon as possible.
You'd like to think they won't, but just the way things have gone so far, I wouldn't bet against it.
I definitely agree with you on that, man. It's someone I've been kind of keeping my eye on, and I really love their paint scheme. I'm gonna go ahead and give them a quick highlight. Let's go ahead and run through. This is Christopher Wheel. I believe that's pronounced correct. In the number 41, beautiful neon paint scheme, sticks out, gets my attention every single time. I will definitely know if he's in an accident or not in an accident just by I can single him out instantly. So kudos for that beautiful pink, green, and blue neon paint scheme, or pastel neon.
Yeah, I've learned about those getting those cars that stick out because I know we ran that figure 8 track. I made sure I got the brightest car I could find so everybody can know when I was coming through the figure 8.
It's a good and a bad situation. It's good if you want to avoid accidents, but if you're always caught up in an accident, if you're running the brightest car, you're most likely going to get pointed out as the cause.
Yeah, I did get pointed out in the Critical Bass Lures commercial too, so that would be my nice bright car in that commercial.
All right, and we are green. Kevin Foster in the front, number 45. Austin Greer right behind him, and it looks like the 44 or 34 already looking to give him a push.
And looky there, we're too wide back there.
And I think that actually separated the back of the pack. Yeah. A lot of the guys in the back stayed single file, and that's going to separate the front from the back, and they're going to lose the draft.
Yeah, I'm going to guess that a lot of those guys that are kind of back there have already used a fast repair or two and don't want to get messed, don't want to destroy a car, and they're just going to hang on because I'm pretty much going to bet that there's going to be at least another couple cautions before the end of this thing.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope these guys are kind of learning their lesson right now on the field. And that's for anyone out there that's, it's already been 3 cautions. You have to remember this is the first race of this series. Even though some of these guys know each other, this is the first time that all of them together are on the same track at the same time. So this is where, everyone kind of has to, find their place, figure out who drives like what, and how the race is going to turn out for the rest of the season, especially when it comes to restrictor plate or just driving in general. And, the first race is always the roughest.
There's your 41 car that you were talking about. Head to the front.
Yep. And look at that run behind him. Let's go through the front pack a little bit. You can see right now the 41 dropping down his line, tightening up on the 45. Oh, 65 giving an uneven push. Oh, watch out, man.
Looks like we're 4 wide right now. 4 wide.
Oh, I didn't see that. Where's that at?
We had one car all the way down on the apron there. I think
Is that the 34 dropping back? Yeah, I see him dropping out. And that's also a smart call. For anyone out there that's, in iRacing or racing right now, if you're uncomfortable, drop down to the apron. Get out of the fight. It's not worth causing an accident. You can always come back. And that's something that, Paul Butler, Kevin Foster, some of the guys that I've watched race a lot, they're willing to bow out and come back into a situation and deal with it, head on after they worked out the kinks. There's no reason. Uh-oh. I think I just saw the 21 step out pretty wide.
Oh, no.
Yep.
24 down through the grass.
Yeah, I just saw him. No caution out yet. And the caution is out. Let's go ahead and lock onto the 24 and hit that critical hit Bass Lures caution report. What's choking me up is I keep saying hit ahead of it, and then I feel like I don't have to say it again. That's what's getting me. Ooh, okay, here we go. And we are live with that. Looks like Bennett Allen coming into the back of the 24. That's going to be Brandon Johnson. Gives him a little bit of a push and then swipes him. And that's going to go ahead and send him into the grass. Thank you, Bennett Allen, for that critical hit Bass Lures replay. Oh my gosh, that did not go well. Did you just see what happened to the 24?
Yeah, he sent him right down through the grass and went for a ride.
Yeah, no, he hit a turtle on
Went
the
airborne.
grass. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I just saw that. Oh my goodness.
I don't know if he's coming back out in the track. Oh man, that looked rough. He can thank Bennett Allen for that one.
Yeah. Maybe Bennett should go back to his yoke that he was using to drive. No, I'm just kidding.
But
Because I think he was actually
all
using
yokes aside, dude,
yoke.
he was doing a lot better with a yoke.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I'll leave it at that. I got nothing for that one.
No, for anyone out there, Bennett Allen actually just got his new sim wheel. For a while, he's got a flight simulator and he had a yoke for it, and so he was doing sim racing with a flight yoke and or an airplane yoke, and he wasn't actually doing too bad. He just didn't have feedback. It didn't give you tactile feedback like a sim wheel does. It's more of just a potentiometer. Oh, I can't even say it. It's more of a sensor that allows you just to churn it. It tells you how much it's churning and stuff like that. So with this feedback, it's a little bit different for him. So maybe he's still getting used to it. You know, it takes a while.
Yeah, I mean, I was quite impressed with him driving. I didn't even know he had a yoke when he was driving. I was like, when I found that out, I was like, wow, I'm impressed.
You know, it'd be funny if. So I was for a couple months ago. I was listening to NASCAR like crew chiefs talk about the things they used to do to kind of get an extra edge back in the day. And, you know, for restrictor plate racing, where they would have like slotted restrictor plates that would slide out so they could, you know, go completely open with them and stuff like that. But one guy, they for the back spoiler, instead of having it fixed, they actually had it attached to a what do you call it? A windshield motor. So it was adjustable. And so it'd be kind of funny if you had a yoke and you had an adjustable spoiler so you could push it forward and back. I don't know, it just popped in my head. But a lot of little things that people used to do to get the extra edge out there in racing. The one thing about iRacing is you know there's a lot of things that prevent you from doing that. So you know, if it's a fixed setup, it's a fixed setup. You can't do anything about it.
Yeah, that's what I kind of like about the fixed setup is it puts everybody kind of on the same page, so it comes down to driving.
All right, lights are off.
Looks like back to single file restart again.
That's correct. And for everyone out there, we are at the halfway mark. That's right, folks. We made it halfway. Most of the field's still intact. We're only missing 3 drivers, which is not bad at all. But I believe most people have used up their fast repairs.
Yeah, I think this is turned into an enduro race.
Which is what it should be. It is an endurance race. You know, you're at Daytona. You're at a long track. You know, you definitely have to stop in for fuel and tires. It's not, you know, a short run. There's supposed to be no, you know, comp cautions.
Yeah, so far we've had 5 cautions for 15 laps. So pretty much half the race so far has been under caution.
It happens though. That's part of racing. These guys need to find their feet out there.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to have a long run come up here now. I think these guys will at least get a 15-lap run in now. I
really hope so. But up in the front, you know, we've seen some really good driving by both the 41, the 55, and, you know, the 87 has been doing a good job out there. Kevin Foster in the number 1. The 98, he's been riding in the mid-pack, and he's finally worked his way up. And the pace car's off. And guess what, folks? We are green for lap 30. 87 trying to find a spot, getting on the inside of Nick Stein.
And that didn't take long for them to get too wide again.
Oh, no. They want their positions. All right, and there we have it coming out of turn 2. Ooh, 41 almost...
the Dolphin car down on the inside. He's picked up the blue code.
Uh-oh. And it looks like the 98 getting ready to give the 41 a push around the corner.
I'll say the 98's been pretty aggressive, but he's been pretty good too. So
he's been pacing himself. I'll definitely give him that.
I do believe he's used one fast repair already, at least one fast repair already. So.
Oh yeah, no, he looks pretty clean, and he's been in 2 of the accidents before.
Oh
so.
no! There's a wreck.
Yep, I saw that happen.
Oh no! Coming off the turn, Paul Butler.
Paul, what are you doing to me, man?
I think Paul Butler has been a wreck magnet.
It is just not his day, and let's go over to that critical hit Bass Lures replay. Oof. That is a rough one. Let me get a better shot of it, though. All right, here we go. Locked on to the number 34. He's got Bennett Allen right behind him and the number 65 in front of him.
Yeah, it looks like the 30 just got into him going in the turn, and you can't bump draft in the turn.
No, that is correct. You do not want to do that.
Yeah, 30 just got into him in the turn and sent him around, and yeah, that'll spin you out pretty much every time.
That'll get you. And that was our critical hit Bass Lures replay. Beautiful number 9 car. You can see right there, Eric Andrews getting plowed by, I believe that was, I'm using Josh's camera angle. Oh man. Wow. I really hope Paul's still in the race, but I'm pretty sure that's it. That was the.
Yeah, I think he used up his 9 lives.
Yeah, that was his last straw. He's got nothing left, man.
But we all have those races where it just seems like no matter where you're at on that track, trouble always seems to find you.
It definitely happens. So, and for anyone out there that's new to iRacing or has never really watched it, you know, you don't have all your senses out with you, and that's something you have to account for. So, you know, where you say, oh, there's you know, quite a bit of cautions, or there's been a lot of cautions, you know, recently. Some of these guys are racing with one monitor. They don't have, you know, a window they can look out to the right or to the left. You know, you have your audio, but that engine noise is so loud you really can't hear much other than yourself. And then, you know, you don't have any of the G-force from the car making any turns, so you know you have to feel off what your tire feels like, and that's a completely different beast of judging how tight or how loose you are by how the car feels coming around the corner from your tires and your steering.
Yeah, makes it tough.
It's definitely a different beast.
Yeah, I played a lot of racing games growing up, and I mean it's pretty awesome. You know how authentic this is as far as the feel and the you know the way the tires wear and everything throughout a race, and how you can have to change your driving style based off of the wear of the tires.
And honestly, with the year, every single year, iRacing keeps getting like a little bit better with the detail they put into the game, which is always great to see. You know, it's something that's always been improving. Even when they, you know, came out the new tire model 7, or is it 7? That was the, yeah. Was it 6 or 7, Eric? I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember which one.
I think it was 7. I'm gonna go with it because gut instinct. Tire model 7, the one that came out December. It was either December or February. Completely trashed Cup cars and a lot of the other cars. A lot of people didn't like the way they drove, and the reason why was these tire models were actually modeled to be more like real tires, in the sense of they took a little bit longer to heat up and to get tacky. So these guys were used to the Cup cars where they started off tacky and then they get loose. Well, that's not really how tires work. You know, tires are going to be hard, and then they're going to soften up over time, and then they're going to go completely, you know, you're going to completely burn them off. But with this new tire model, it really made people have to lift or not step on the pedal when the flag is, you know, when the flag's green or when you got to go. You have to pace yourself. And you have to make sure that, you know, you're not just punching it. And that's important.
You got to be easy on the throttle and just gradually go down on it. You just can't stand on it. Yeah.
Exactly, and especially with these Cup cars. These Cup cars really got affected by that too. But now that we see people, you know, wear into it, you know, it gave some of the drivers that, you know, maybe had more of an affinity for longer runs to really use that run. They didn't have as much wear, like building up so fast. I don't know. It's pretty amazing, all the different things that they've done for iRacing and how it's changed the dynamic of racing in general on this platform.
Yeah, I know. I had a buddy, and he tried for the longest time to get me to get into iRacing, and I just was like, why am I going to pay to go race when I could, you know, get on the computer or do whatever and race a game, you know, and why should I pay for it? And it's just been, now it's been a blast.
Oh, and it looks like a little loose out there with the 29, I believe. And it looks like the 71 locking bumpers with the 55. That's not going to turn out well if he's swinging around that much. 87 stepping out. And I believe we're going to go 3 wide for the first run. Nope. Looks like they're backing off a little bit.
Yeah, I heard Kevin say he was checking up. He don't want to get in the middle of all that.
Yeah, no, Kevin just lost his bumper. You see that?
Yeah, and
he's got a nice sloping angle right there.
yeah, now he's going to be hoping for a caution, and he'll need one to get that fixed up because I don't think he's used a fast repair yet.
Nah, but he's going to want to get out there in time.
Yeah, I think he's going to want to try and just hang on there and stay there on the lead lap, and I think he'll be okay.
And something I'm spotting ahead of time, it looks like the 87 was locked in behind the 98. Looks like he lifted a little bit right there. Good on him. But as they come into or come out of turn 4, down to the front. Whew. These guys are driving tight up there. 71 locking into the 55.
There we go, 55
65 threading the needle, getting around the number 15.
Interesting to see now if the 71 can get a shove from the 15 and get up front there. Here comes that outside line again.
Dude, they get a hell of a run out there. It's pretty awesome.
You see him pulling down, side drafting, and that's one thing that actually does make a big deal in this is side drafting. You just got to watch getting too close that the inside car knows that you are that close to him.
Yeah, honestly, side drafting plays a huge role.
They seem to give him a little more room right now, but I guarantee you later in the race you won't see that much room.
Yeah, riding along with Sean O'Brien Jr. in the number 865. You can see if we're going to swap sides right now, how tight these guys are, really.
There goes 98 to the outside line there at the front. Say the 71, he's been Stein. He's been a good pusher. He's shoved a couple cars now to the front.
Yeah, and he's been pretty good at it. I've seen a couple guys do some pushing, but it's usually a little uneven. But he's been at it, and there we go. Whoa.
Yeah, he's been pretty good at getting off of their bumper in
when
the
he
corners
needs to.
in the tri-oval. Yeah, but he locks right back on when that's straightaway.
And that's honestly one thing that's really hard with pushing is that timing of when you have to kind of pull off. And you can see it right there where he steps out real fast because he knows he's got to run, but he can't give him a push. He's got to step out, let that speed die off, and then come back into it.
also got to watch he doesn't. Oh, he's going to the outside. I thought he was going to the outside for a second there. He's got to duck out a little bit because his car doesn't overheat, I'm sure. That's also getting ready to wonder how long he can stay tucked up like that without the car overheating. And I just see he's ducking out a little bit there, getting some fresh air to that nose.
Yeah, he definitely needs to breathe for that one.
One thing about these cars, you can't stay tucked up too long or they'll overheat pretty quick. So that's why you see them ducking out a little bit, getting some fresh air on that nose. Yeah, this has been the best that I've seen the inside line being able to hold on there like that, though.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, there's
oh, boy.
And that just wadded up a bunch of cars.
Yeah, that was a really tight pack that just got clipped. All right, let's go ahead and find out what happened on that critical hit bachelor replay.
15, he's got a bad shove.
That's what it looked like. And it's funny is I thought the front pack was going to have an issue too. I was watching it, and I saw the 71 step out like just crazy. But
yeah, it looks like Wesley in the 35 just came across the back of the bumper and just it's 15 around.
Boom. Oh, 41 getting clipped. 77 getting caught up in that too, and that is going to be our critical hit Vassal's replay. Wow, that scooped up what, 8 racers? That was a big oof.
Yeah, a lot of those, it looks like there was their first. A lot of them, I think it was their first wreck, but still, yeah, took out a lot of cars there.
Yeah, definitely clipped out a lot of cars, and we saw right there some of the drivers just kind of there's nowhere you can go. You can lift, you can punch through, but Daytona's a kind of a tight track when it starts coming into those corners. It feels like you have a lot of room, but when you got 2-3 cars spinning out in front of you, that room closes up real fast.
Yeah, it doesn't take long, that's for sure.
All right, and it looks like we have a lot of guys dropping in the pit.
Yeah, it just makes it rough if you're locked onto someone's bumper. You can't turn right or left, and it just will turn them around. And look like he just came right across his back bumper and tore up a lot of race cars there.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like as much as I know these guys want to be bump drafting. As much as these guys want to be bump drafting out there, I don't think this track's long enough right now for these cup cars. I understand like some of these guys can handle it, but how fast these turns are coming up. These guys are running, on a good average, a 44.50 or 44 and a half. That's fast for this size of a track. And when you're locked in like that, you're whipping around those corners. Like, you need a little bit more of a run to set yourself up for that push, and then to get off that push. This back straight doesn't really have. It's long, but you can get in a push. But if you're staying in past more than like a couple seconds, you're already setting yourself up for a dangerous situation because you're coming into that turn and that guy's unstable. Because it happens. When you give someone a push, you're technically making that car in front of you go faster, but you're unhooking them a little bit. You're making them unstable. So you need to realize the fact that if you're giving a guy a push right before a corner or right off a corner, his tires aren't all the way there. They're not completely glued to the track. And you're going to, even if it's a straight push, it's going to be a bad day.
And you got to really watch because when you're behind the wheel of these cars, it's hard to, and you're locked onto the bumper someone, and you're coming into that turn. It's hard to tell. You really got to pay attention to your surroundings because you can't see out your front window because you're locked right on the bumper or the car in front of you as to when you're coming up on that turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've learned when I go into a practice before a race of a restrictor plate track to kind of pick a marking on the front stretch and back stretch, because you kind of know when you're coming into the turn, because like I said, when you're locked right on the bumper of a car in front of you, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, you can't see it sometimes. I totally get that. Well, Eric, we are within this 16 lap bubble. This is it. This is for all the frijoles, for all the beans, all the pebbles. We've seen these guys run about 15 laps clean, and they're within that pocket to run it clean now. So a lot of these guys need to check up and figure out that this is the final straight. You guys need to tighten up and get ready for the run, because it's either going to clear you out or it's going to make your day. And we are green.
Yep, if you're 8th on back and you got a set, now's the time to use them.
I definitely agree with you on that. Get in front of the pack and get ready for some heat, because it's coming your way. Looks like we're back to a double file restart.
Yep, looks like the 87 jumps to the outside, knows that outside's fast.
55 looking for another spot. Uh-oh, 3 wide.
Oh, no.
71, Nick Stein in the center. 21 going to his outside, riding the wall. Oh, and he pushes him.
Wow.
Nick Stein with a great recovery there. Good job on lifting on the 11, seeing that happen.
Yes, he got lucky that there was a little bit of a hole there, because
that was a recipe for disaster. And also, that's something that, just to kind of point out, some of those guys that are looking to pass on the outside near that wall is, it sucks you into it. It's weird. You actually create a dead air cavity when you drive next to it, if you're close enough, and there's like you get a foot off, and then it'll just push you in. You'll feel it like pull you into that wall, and that's just pretty much dead air that you're creating a little vacuum to suck that car in. So you got to be careful if you're making a pass on the outside and you're playing that wall real close.
Speaking of the outside, look up. Here comes Willie Evernham on the outside there in the 91 car.
Yeah, I can see that.
91 with the cancer. He's one of those that had my strategy. You kind of hang back there and stay out of trouble.
No.
Oh, no. Oh.
Oh, man. Looks like I had that one perfectly in camera.
Willie.
Yeah. Way to go to point him out, man. All right, let's go to that caution report with critical hit vascular caution report, and let's point that out one more time, because I saw that happen in real time. So we got Willie coming up, and then he goes a little on the inside, and it looks like the 87 decides to go a little low and maybe go for that inside run on him, and he just takes his bumper with him. That is a bummer. Hate to see that happen out there, man. And that was our critical hit fast lures caution report, brought to you by the number. I'm just kidding. I'm not calling him out. But
yeah, it looks like Willie just went up the track a little bit and came back down, and 87 had already started to fill the hole. And
exactly.
It was a little too late.
And that's something that happens as a driver. If you're in the front and you're trying to figure out where you want to put yourself, you got to commit. You can't be up and down, because someone else is going to try and find that spot and get around you, or like you said, fill the hole.
And Willie, he'd put himself in a good spot. Like I said, hadn't seen him up front at all today, and just biding his time, and shows up at just wrong place, wrong time. But you got the 11 up there. Looks like he might have did this kind of same type of thing, because you haven't heard much of him during most of the race for Emmanuel Lopez. And
well, Lopez almost got into it with Nick Stein. He created that little hole to let Stein drop down.
Yeah. Yep. Well, the good news for Willie is he still had a fast repair, so he'll be coming out with a new car. So it'll be interesting to see how he can come back up with, they'll be about getting close to 10 to go.
Yeah, and he's got 13 positions ahead of him to get into that top 3. You know, for a lot of those guys out there that are driving right now and have been involved or have been, you know, either a cause of or a victim of any of those accidents out there, honestly, don't take it too hard to heart. It's part of racing. It happens. You know, we don't expect you to be a professional racer. And the reason, you know, you guys are in iRacing is because you love the sport, and part of that sport is accidents. It's just going to happen. You know, you're going to make a judgment call out on the track, whether it's a good or bad judgment. You made the call, stick with it, and just realize that's just sometimes there's consequences to, you know, being a little aggressive, stepping out, maybe giving someone a push when you shouldn't. It's all part of racing and learning. So, you know, as we develop as you know, a series, and as drivers develop, you know, we're only going to get better, except for Paul. He gets a little worse. Just messing with you, Paul. What'd you say, Eric?
I said you said it, not me.
No, dude. I have to get Paul kudos every time I see him. That guy's puts in so much time, and he's honestly grown up a lot in the sense of racing. Like it's pretty amazing to see how well he is now compared to when he first started. And
yeah, he said he's put in a lot of practice, a lot of time, and you know, that makes a big difference. And then, you know, running with a lot of people.
Yep.
You know, I know with myself, you know, since I've joined the core racing league, it's helped me out tremendously. Just, you know, become a better racer. And, you know,
definitely. All right. Well, before we go green, let's have a quick shout out to our series sponsor for tonight's race. That's going to be Georgia Diecast. Once again, GeorgiaDiecast.com is where you want to go to pick up your new NASCAR diecast. They're really clean. I've checked them on Instagram. I've like very, very clean models. Definitely something you'd want to pick up if you're looking for your favorite driver out there and you want his car. And then for our broadcast sponsors, that's going to be Nautilus Media Systems in Southern California if you're looking for any AV home integration or networking needs. And if you're looking to do some fishing, Critical Hit Bass Lures is where to start. All right, let's go green. Pace car is off. And you know what, Eric? I'm ready to go green. And we are green, green, green.
Here we go.
Nope, 41 already making some moves up in the front. $15 getting down to that apron. Oh, and we have a little bit of a chain effect. 87 having some issues there. Dropping back real fast. 41, you need to ditch him. Get around him.
A lot of dicing going on there, inside, outside line, trying to figure out which line to get into.
Definitely agree with you on that.
I say that 98 and 71, they've been hooked up together a good bit of this race, and they've looked pretty strong as they go 3 wide there. The 11 all the way on the outside of the walls. Looks like he's going to go back as he doesn't have any help there.
And we come into the back straight. 9 laps to go. Pressure's on. $37.65 up in the front. Black Flag Racing, or Black Flag Motorsports, I believe, up in the front, racing together. Nick Stein looking for someone to follow, and I think he's just. Oh no! Oh my gosh!
What happened there? It looked like the.
I want to say the 11 got caught up in that, but I honestly couldn't tell. Let's get that back to a caution report and see what happened.
I was going to say the 15 was just running there all by himself, or just running there and just.
Oh. Whoa. No, that's something different. That looked like a net code. I'm going to run that back one more time before I show it.
Yeah, he just spun all by himself.
Oh, yeah, that's totally a netcode. All right, so here, for everyone out there, this is what a netcode looks like in iRacing. Yep, and he's gone. Oh, my gosh.
I thought I heard him say that he ran over a bumper, but I didn't see a bumper there.
I didn't see one either. And I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know models hold up like that. All right, for everyone out there, that was a critical hit Bachelor's caution report, but honestly, that's a bummer. I really feel bad for the 15 that got caught up in that, and for a lot of the other cars. That's a prime example of a netcode. A netcode is pretty much the models that are used for the cars and stuff like that. They all have to be synced up the same. If someone's internet is slow, or if someone's PC lagged out for a split second, the model technically is generated and it shows it going at what pace it needs to be, but sometimes it will actually be off by a foot or two. So the car will actually extend either to the front, to the back, to the right, or to the left, and be bigger than it should be, or be in an area that you actually don't see. And then when someone collides with it, it causes an accident as if they were already touching the car, but they're visually not touching it. And that's pretty much what a netcode is. It's pretty much it's the desyncing of the game and the person that's driving the car. And that is a bummer, because usually it's like one or two cars get caught up, but that was a full field fiasco. Really, really bummer to see that out there.
Yeah, it sounds like multiple people on the radio are saying that they ran over a bumper and caused them some damage.
Yeah, I didn't see a bumper out there though.
Like I said, I didn't see it anywhere on.
For any of the racers that are listening, can you actually send me a screenshot of that bumper? I want to see that. I want to see that come through. I'm curious to see if maybe it's only in their cockpit view that we can see the bumper. But also, if you saw a bumper, why'd you run over it? Come on, guys. So that's a shame on.
One of the guys just said it was either a bumper or a squirrel. They're not sure what they hit.
Pretty sure it's a turtle. And turtles always come out there, man.
It was like the race at Atlanta today. They had a fox run across the track.
Oh my gosh. That's also kind of a nice and bad thing about everyone being indoors. All the wildlife's coming out to play. Honestly, wonder. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, just like I know one of our local places, they were having a chicken barbecue, and Black Bear decided to come visit their chicken barbecue today. one of the fire halls today.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah.
Wow. I wonder how that's gonna go for hunting season for all those guys out there. With wildlife kind of being, because deer and they don't care when it's not season for them. But now that everyone's kind of disappeared, I wonder if it's going to actually make it easier to hunt them for this season.
All right, so it sounds like it was the 34's bumper. They put it in Discord, the missing bumper. So yeah.
You mean his beard? You're right. There it is. What? No way. Well, this is what happens when you shave your beard and you don't clean up. It gets in the way of other people. All right, we are 5 to go. Actually, going to be 4 to go. So we're within that green-white checkered realm. So we're definitely going to get a little hot and heavy out there, and we should see some good racing in these last 4 laps.
Hopefully, no more bumpers. I say that took out the leader because he ran over the bumper, and I was wondering why he's pitting. He kept saying about a bumper, and I was like, I haven't seen a bumper anywhere, but there's our answer. He definitely ran over a bumper. So it looks like we got Sean O'Brien and Connor Hale at the front there, getting ready to get the green with 5 to go.
I'm surprised we didn't see that bumper too. That's weird. All right, and we are green, green, green.
I'll be curious to see if that 71 is going to go on the outside with the 98 because, yep, there he goes.
Yep,
They've been working together.
He's picking buddies. And I think we're going 3 wide in the back.
They're wrecking back there. They're wrecking back there with the 07.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was like, I think we just went 3 wide. Oh, 87 not wanting to lift. Uh-oh. Let's go get to that caution report and see what happened.
The 87, well, he looked like he was stuck in the hot sauce. Yeah, it looks like the 07 just kind of slowed up a little bit there on the outside, and the 87 just got right into him.
Yeah, just watching that right now. And you guys can see he just runs into him. Yep, number 7 slows down. Josh takes the outside, and the number 3, 87, decides to punch that hole, but definitely does not have the space to do that. And that is going to be our critical hit Bass Lures caution report.
It just looks like maybe the 87 needed some hot sauce for his flight on his Boeing jet there, and figured he'd try and pick some up.
Yeah, I can't talk smack on Boeing. I have a family member that works for them, so gotta support them. But yeah, definitely missing some hot sauce on that flight. Oh man. You could say it's built Boeing tough. All right, I guess that joke didn't land.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I was gonna
Eric.
say.
Thanks. Way to make me feel like I'm doing a good job.
No, just sitting there looking. Looks like we're gonna have this restart. We're gonna have the 98 with the 71 lined up behind them. So they've been a good little tandem right there. It'll be interesting to see if the 71 will try and stay behind them, or if he'll try and pull out and make a move. Definitely gonna have ourselves a shootout here. And
All right, so we're having a shootout. Who are you putting your money on?
the pace car.
You can't do that. That's an unfair bet. That's like betting on black.
The pace car has led 29 laps today, getting ready to be 30.
Yeah, honestly, I think the 41 or the 71 have a good shot. I think that's where I put my money. I think the 41's he's been doing pretty well, staying heads up, paying attention to what's in front of him. And then also the 71 Nick Stein, he's been like on his toes the whole time, finding his positions, avoiding accidents, and just trying to, keep himself clean. So those are my two picks for the finish tonight.
Like I say, the 98, like I said at the beginning of the thing, he seemed to find the line and know where to go, but it's going to be all about who's going to help him and who's not, and it'll be a good finish.
Just because you're the fastest doesn't mean you have a friend out there that's going to help you get up there. And someone to, look at the back. We have in 10th and 11th place, we have Josh Billiter and Kevin Foster. Can they jump? If they work together, can they jump 9 positions? 10 positions?
That'll be tough in a couple of laps, but you never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
These guys have a lot of damage. And do you have fresh tires or not? That plays a huge role into this. How worn are your tires? How much fuel do you got? This has been an off and on race, which means everyone should have new tires, but do they have enough fuel? Who's light? Who's heavy? This is going to be an interesting race dynamic for a lot of the guys out there.
The lights are off, so we will be going green for our first green-white checkered.
That's correct. I'm nervous. Talk about goosebumps. And I honestly, I think it's the 71 and the 41. I think those two are going to have a good run.
Do you have goosebumps or moose bumps?
Moose bumps. How come you get to tell good jokes? All right, ladies and gentlemen, put in your bets because it is time for a green-white checkered, and we all know what that means. It's going to get hectic.
I know one thing. I'm on the edge of my seat. It's going to be a heck of a finish here. This is what they all come for. Try and get that get the first of that checker flag.
Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. Pace car getting ready to drop off. 15. What are you doing? Oh, looks like he's trying to get to his position.
They throw off. 98 gets a good jump there.
Yep. We're green,
Oh,
green,
the
green. 65 drops.
In behind him.
55 dropping down 2. Uh-oh. Single file push. Are they trying to separate from the pack?
That 65 is going to go to the outside real quick, I bet you.
No. He's going to stick with him. Or give him a push around the corner.
It's not going to last long.
I don't know, man. If I was him, I'd stay on him until the last lap. Why fight a hole? Yep.
The outside.
He's pushing it. And look at that, 71-41 in the line. And I bet you they're going to go 3 wide this next lap, those two. Just wait for it. 41's already peaking. He's ready for it. 55 getting tight.
Well, I was gonna say, if the 65 comes down, he's going to have his hands full. 71 Stein's going to get a good run on the outside.
I think he is, and we can see it right now. They're going to go for it.
No, actually, he's not getting the run I thought he would.
Just give him a second. He'll get around the corner. Uh-oh.
Oh, no!
Oh, no!
Oh, no!
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my God. Oh, wow.
And I think they got the white flag, which if they did, I think the 55
has
got that.
Who's still alive? I don't have the 65 is technically in first.
Yeah, I think the 65 is the only one.
Go! Keep going for it! Someone give him a paddle. No. Emmanuel Lopez should be on the front. What is...
It's going to be the slowest finish.
I'm so confused right now.
To make it. If the 65 can drive around, I think he wins.
Oh, no, he just got passed by the 55.
But I don't think he can pass him, though.
He just did.
I don't know.
He just got it.
Oh, that's right, because it didn't come out. The yellow didn't come out. That's right, so.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is this real?
I was going to say, this is going to be the slowest finish I've ever seen in a restrictor plate race.
And he's got the 72 or 77 right behind him. 77, 3 laps behind. Wow. Let's show the speed. These guys are doing 152.
I don't think anybody has any part of their car still left.
No, and he's going off. He didn't finish.
Yeah, 55.
And now he's out of fuel. Oh, no. Okay, I'm confused.
Yeah, he won.
He definitely won, but he dove into the green before the finish. I'm confused. All right, we're going to run this back one more time. I'm going to do this replay. That's an oddball. That's all I have to say. I want to see what happened. I'm going to go a complete lap back, and we're going to take it from the top.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I'm a little confused on what's going on right now. Because that was a little insane.
Looks like the 98 went to the outside, and oh man, let's see there.
No, that doesn't seem right, man. Okay, we're gonna watch this through.
The 98 was connected to the 65's bumper, and he just moved right and left, and in doing so, he was connected to the bumper. It just sent the 65 around.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was connected to his bumper, and he just moved a little bit right then left, and while he's still connected, and it just sent him around.
Nope, that's not it. One second, folks. I'm still trying to find this because this. There we go. That was weird. The game just completely like locked out on me. All right. Let's follow this through because I want to see this happen first. So we're following the 55.
Yeah. 98 was locked bumpers with him, and it just turned him.
Yeah.
Turned him. The bump draft going wrong. I mean, you gotta realize you're at the end of a race, trying to get everything you can, and it's just, it's the nature of the beast with the restrictor plates.
And oh, that's what happened. Okay. Totally get it. That 55 completely shot off our radar. Were you watching him at all?
You talking about at the end there?
Yeah. So after that accident happened, the 55 was gone. I didn't see him until he came around a second time and lapped everyone. I thought everyone was still recovering. Wow. So, for all you folks out there, the 55, Nicholas takes first. Second goes to the 72, Lee. And in the 24, we have Brandon Johnson taking third. Wow, that was an insane run. It completely caught me off guard. So let's get these guys in here and let's talk to them because wow. You ready for this, Eric?
Yep, let's get him in here.
Give me 1 second. All right, starting off with Brandon Johnson. Uh-oh. Darn it. Hey, Eric, can you go into the iRacing booth and tell Brandon to move up into general? Or into waiting?
Yeah, let me see.
Oh, there we go. All right. Hi. And in the booth, we have the number 24, Brandon Johnson. Wow. I don't know really what happened, and I'm pretty sure you're pretty caught off guard, too.
So, from my understanding, what happened, listening to the driver chat and everything, was the 98 jumped the restart when we were told specifically before the race not to. And so he was given a black flag, and right as we took the white flag, and then that's when he locked bumper when the 65.
Oh.
And that's when all mayhem started.
Yeah. No, I was caught off guard. I didn't see the 55 run away. I thought he was caught up in the pack too. So I was watching like the accident unfold, and then I see him punch through, and I was like, "Oh, he's going." I didn't know he finished.
Yeah, no, 55. Like he somehow skirted his way through that. I just got completely yeeted by the 37, which corrected me to be able to keep going.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I finished third.
Well, you survived, man.
That was a mess of a race.
Yeah, that was a one for the record books of just survival. Overall, throughout the race, how'd you feel? How's the car handling for you? You know, there's a lot of stuff going on right there, so it was kind of hard to keep tabs on everyone.
Well, The new damage model definitely threw a twist in things. I think a lot of us still trying to adjust, having probably only run 1 or 2 races with it.
Mhm.
And especially with pushing, that's what I mean. You saw the accident I caused earlier
Yeah.
in the race. Pretty much everyone on that top line were my teammates. I took out all my teammates.
Yeah, it looks
Um,
like you guys got to kind of back off on pushing now, just because it seems like
yeah,
it's putting just a little
and
too much pressure on the cars.
yeah, from my viewpoint, I didn't hit him that hard. I think I hit him in an awkward spot more than anything, but I did not hit him that hard to do that much. And then I just tried to save it, and everyone stacked up behind me.
Yeah, it seems pretty much like those cars, by the way it looked by the broadcast, was if you didn't hit them square, that it was going to turn the car around. Is that what it seemed like to you?
Well, I think it was the next caution. The same thing actually happened to me. And yeah, he hit me just a little bit off of the forward license plate, and it got me a little bit loose, and then hit the corner, and around I went, did the best I could to save it, and just dove it off in the grass. I didn't take anybody else out with me.
Yeah, it looks like you guys just maybe need to put a little more practice in with the bump drafting and see if if it's a viable option anymore. It's especially on maybe a track like this, where you have, you're running about 44, 45 second laps. And I totally understand, like, you can bump draft on Daytona, but maybe just not on the Cup cars anymore. Maybe they're just a little too touchy now.
Yeah, and like I said, I think all of us are trying to adjust with it. It being week 13 doesn't help things, and I mean,
Yeah.
all of us have only probably run maybe 1 or 2 races in NIS on these cars.
Yeah,
With this damage model and the updated tire model, so it's still something we're all trying to adjust to.
Totally
And
get
I
that.
think tonight you saw a product of us trying to learn.
It honestly wasn't bad. It was just, it's you have a lot of, different models, and then you have guys out there that are trying to, adapt, and that just it doesn't leave a lot of room for tight close racing. Sometimes when those types of situations come up, you actually want to leave space. You kind of want to run it out. But great job out there, man. You survived.
Yep. I did the best I could with what I had. I want to thank my team, RJR Motorsports. See, we had Garrett, Wesley, Reese, Dwayne, Panico. I feel like I'm forgetting one. They're probably gonna chew me out for it later.
That other guy.
And then,
it's fine.
I'll let you know
and then,
after.
yeah. And then my sponsors, Georgia Diecast, Truckers MP, and HillbillyLife.com. And be sure to go check out my Twitch, twitch.tv/Mr. Brandman. Currently live right now, actually.
Whoa! You can't just plug that.
I can't?
No, I'm just messing with you, man. No, but
Okay.
for everyone out there, go check him out. Get his first person. Go rewatch his video. Get his first view of it, so you guys can see him going through some of those pushes and stuff like that, and see what happened. But actually, before I let you go, can you tell us a little bit more about Georgia Diecast?
So Georgia Diecast is a diecast distributor that he gets his product directly from Lionel. I've known Caldwell's the owner. I've known him for many years.
Mm-hmm.
We actually became good friends on another live stream on Twitch, and I bought several cars through him. A lot of my teammates have bought cars through him, and they're very top quality, very really well detailed.
Yeah.
I've got a Chase Briscoe truck that's like got damage on it from the race, and another one of his that's got confetti and an autograph, and it's really well detailed. He's really good about communicating, very fair prices, very fast shipping. At least that was before the outbreak. So how shipping is now, I don't know.
Everyone gets a break on that.
yeah, we'll give him a break on that. But I need to update the website on nose of my car. But yeah. Really good guy. We were joking around. Me and him were joking around all race. So
awesome. Yeah, I was looking at his
go
Instagram.
check him
I
out.
definitely really liked the quality of his cars. So thank you for giving us some more info on it.
So those of you listening, when the website comes back up and we get orders going, use code Brandman for 10% off.
You got it, man. Well, thank you for popping in, and good job out there. Way to stay alive.
All right, thank you.
All right, next in the booth, let's go ahead and get Lee up here. These guys are in the wrong booth. I don't have control for the iRacing booth. Eric, can you pull him down? Or can you tell him to come down? All right, looks like lost Eric there. All right, in the booth with me, I have Lee. How you doing, Lee?
I'm doing real good now.
Oh man, how does it feel to be a survivor and a second place winner?
I could have used another caution for another green-white checker. I would have had Nick. I would have had that 55.
Yeah, honestly, there's so much going on. I couldn't tell you after that accident happened. I was locked on like the accident and the 65, and then I didn't even see Nick run away with it. I was like surprised. I had to rewatch it again and be like, oh, he ran away and had it. But yeah, no, you guys were so close, and just looking for that run, it was pretty tight.
Yeah, you had a nice run, just like the Dolphins did. You kind of hung around, and then at the end, you just came out of nowhere and surprised a lot of people.
That's my fish for you. Notice the number. Perfect season, 1972.
We were making some jokes about that, but I think Eric called it ahead of time. Oh man.
So after walk us through that last lap there with all the carnage and how you got through there to get the second.
All I know is I was trying to come in. I was running about 11th. I had a couple slower cars in front of me, and I was trying to get around them. And when it all broke loose, I went low. I think I sideswiped somebody very little. Next thing I know, I'm watching it, and I'm coming across the checker flag, and I'm in second. I'll take it.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that too. And you had it was before. Well, I think it was like 15 laps to go. You're in a good spot to go, and then that accident broke out, and you just got like pretty much taken back, and then that just opened up for you again. But you had a pretty good run for pretty much the whole race, other than getting caught up in some of those accidents. You're up there, top 10 easy.
Oh yeah, I was looking forward to having a real good day, except for a couple poor mishaps. That's why I agree with a couple of quick repairs, because somebody else's mistake can really ruin your day and take out a good runner.
Yeah, and especially with these new models coming out, that's definitely going to make it a little harder for a lot of the guys out there. Because I think Cup Cars have been, with the newer tire model that came out before was pretty unsettling. But I think this new damage model and maybe the new tires definitely changed a lot of the dynamics for these cars. So these guys have to really kind of, adapt to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. And then a limited amount of tires will be nice. If you put a limit on the amount of tires, then you're going to have to take tire wear into effect, and everybody's not going to just be able to go and get tired.
I agree 100% with you on that. I think there should be tire limits, but I know a lot of people that are unhappy about that. They're not excited about.
Good for me, bad for them.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely adds a thing of strategy to the race for sure.
Well, man, you had a great run out there. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
I just want to give a shout out to everybody that helps bring all this together. Hopefully we'll get past this pandemic stuff and we'll move on.
Definitely agree with you on that, man. Well, good job out there. I hope we get to see you next race running that beautiful Dolphin paint scheme again, and I'll definitely be looking forward for you in the top 10.
Yeah, you can give a shout out to Wesley for that paint job. I thank you, Wes.
That was a good job. I like it. All right, man. Well, and then how do you pronounce your last name properly?
It's pronounced Applebaum.
Applebaum.
B-A-U-M.
Got it.
Baum.
Perfect. Thank you, man.
Thank you. Look forward to doing it again.
You got it. All right. Next into the booth is going to be our first place winner, the number 55. Nick, come on down. Everyone keeps moving into a different booth, which I can't pull people from. Eric, I hate to do this to you again. Thank you. Oh, there we go. All right, Nick, you're in the booth.
Hey, guys.
Wow.
So, walk us through that last lap there. How you got through that?
I just put my foot down and said a few prayers, and that was about it, man. It was I don't know what happened. The guy just got hooked in front of us, and somehow everyone, like, I got hit pretty hard, and I don't know if you saw, my car slowed down. My top speed coming across the line was under 150 miles an hour. So I was just creeping. I didn't even think I was going to make it. I was watching my relative the entire time, praying that someone didn't survive the wreck and was going to come up and catch me. But somehow I made it through. I have no idea what happened there. I survived the big one at the end, and then it was all luck. That's Daytona for you. But you got to be there to make the win. So
Definitely, and that's what we've been preaching the whole time, man. You got to be alive to have a chance.
What was your strategy going into the race?
Since we were running 50% fuel, I knew not taking tires was going to be big. Save you a few seconds in pit road to gain those few spots every caution, just to get ahead of a few people here and there. Some people like hanging back in Daytona, but as you can see, in my opinion, being in the front is obviously the clear choice, because if there was a wreck, you don't have to dodge anyone.
Yeah, and it looks like these car parts are actually dropping off and causing accidents, so that's also a good thing too.
Oh, absolutely. And I didn't even know they implemented the new damage model yet. So we get in there, and the drafting is completely different, because if someone isn't locked up with you the right way, your car just wants to hook to the right every time you're pushed.
Right,
and
that's what we're seeing.
It's really hard, and there's parts ripping off your car all the time. So it's just you're losing. I'm sure you're losing aero because of that. And I really think that just no one was used to. I don't even know when they put the update in, but no one was used to how the cars were reacting. I mean, you could see people were dodging parts left and right, and it was just it made a very interesting race. And I'd say you guys did a great job during the cautions, filling in some of that time. But I definitely think we'll as a group, these guys will improve for the next race in the series.
I definitely agree. It's the first race of the series. You guys are racing on cars that just got redone. It happens. It's part of iRacing, and I think people should understand that it's the nature of the beast. And you guys did a good job trying to stay alive and sticking with it. So definitely kudos to everyone out there, but definitely for you, dude. I didn't see you run away. I was watching the pack, and then you disappeared, and I was like, oh, the 65's still going for it. And I'm like, the 55 took it. What?
Yeah, I was. I mean, my relative, he was 4.5 seconds behind me after the wreck, and I was just watching my speedometer drop and drop and drop, and I was like, oh man, I didn't even think I'm gonna make it. Yeah, if that wreck happened, closer back to the start finish line, I definitely would have gotten past. It was just, that's Daytona for me, man. That was nuts.
Yeah.
We were trying to figure it out, because I had told him, I was like, the 55, I said the 55 one. He's like, no, I think the 65. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, no. And like, we were trying to figure out what was going on. I'm looking at the standings I have and what's going on in the track. And we're like, oh my gosh, we just got to let this settle out and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I had to rewatch it because I didn't see anyone pass him. And then the only cars I saw pass him were like lapped cars. It's like, no, those can't be it.
It was absolute mayhem at the end there. You could see all race when people were just getting hooked. And then I raced with the RGR guys. I know Brandon mentioned, but all of us were riding the top line earlier in the race, and he caused us all to get rid of the whole RGR team got wrecked.
Yeah, he said that he's not proud of that.
Yeah, these new cars they're going to be fun to get used to, just like when they changed the tire model last year.
Yep.
It's just going to be a learning curve, and you just got to adapt and overcome.
Definitely agree with you on that. Do you have any people you want to shout out and give some love to?
Definitely Wes Fuller for putting this thing on. He worked really hard to get this whole thing together, and I obviously we all wish this race would have went a little smoother, but that's just growing pains with getting a new group of guys together. There's always that chemistry. It's got to mesh, and he's worked so hard, and I know that it's definitely going to improve. He's put a lot into it. This means a lot to him. So I obviously thank you, Wes, so much for putting this on. But I also want to thank you guys for doing a great job in the commentary, for keeping things lively and entertaining as we ran through this race. But I also want to thank Montucky Cold Snacks for keeping me a little bit buzzed during this race for all those cautions. But that's the way she goes.
Whoa! Are you saying that you've been drinking and driving, sir?
Fuller, simulated driving.
Fuller, pull his card right now. Well, Definitely good to stay a little lightheaded out there sometimes. Definitely, we know a couple drivers out there. Terry Conda's the one-headed wonder. He definitely would agree with you on that. But dude,
absolutely, man.
Great job out there. Great run. You got lucky, man. You shot through, and it paid off. So I'll see you next race, and I hope you have a good evening.
Absolutely, I'll take it, man. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Have a good one.
Thanks.
Well, Eric, it is oh, I got dragged out of there. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for tonight. But before we head out, we're gonna pull down Wes. Wes, if you can hear us, please pop down. Once again, I don't have controls over that room, so I can't pull people out of it. They're in the wrong room. But Eric, so far this has been a good race. I think this race has been so far, it was a little rough in the beginning, but like Nick said, it's growing pains, new models, new cars. Overall, I think we're going to see some good racing as this series continues on. Eric, do you have any last words before we give Wes the closing statement?
Yeah, like I said, just the new cars, new model, and everything. Just a lot of getting used to for a lot of the guys, and then also you throw in the restrictor plates with it, where everybody's bunched together. Everybody will get used to each other, and race will get a lot better, and it'll be good.
I definitely agree. And Wes Fuller, the host of this series, you are in the booth, and you ready to give us a closing statement?
I just want to thank everybody enough for coming out. It sure as heck wasn't what I thought it would be. Thought it'd be a little bit cleaner, but there was a lot more cars show up than I ever dreamed of being there. And so I want to give a shout out to each and every one of everybody that showed up. The support that I've had through this has been incredible, and it was a lot of fun. Even though it was kind of, it sure as heck wasn't what I thought it would be. I figured there would be a lot cleaner racing, but
that's
kind of like y'all said,
that's
you
what
gotta
happens.
start somewhere.
Yeah, that's what happens. I wouldn't take it too hard. Any league that starts off, everyone, a bunch of new guys together, even though, say, 4 or 5 guys race together, it's a completely different dynamic when they're all together on the track. So I think as this league develops, we're going to see some guys really find their spot, and we're going to see the races clean up. So definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, I totally agree. I just wish this one was a little bit better, but we'll get there. And so the next race will be, what is it, July 11th at Eldora, and the dirt late model.
Yeah,
so that
will
be really. I am really looking forward to that one. I know Willie is too, so that one's gonna be a blast. Kind of get away from this plate track.
Well, thank you, Wes, and I'm looking forward to Eldora too. For everyone out there, thank you for tuning in once again for tuning into this Stand Up to Cancer benefit race series. Wes has put in a lot of time and effort to get this going, and it's looking good. It's pointing in the right direction. It's a little rough right now, but definitely just needs a little polishing. Don't worry about that. But also would like to thank our race sponsor for tonight, which was Georgia Diecast. As you heard from both Brandon and some of the other guys, he makes a great model, and I've looked at through his Instagram. They're very nice models. So I definitely go ahead.
I would like to thank Nicholas Caldwell for sponsoring this race, and honestly, he's sponsoring all 3 of the plate track races this year. So
Yep.
I gotta give a huge shout out to him for doing this. That was amazing. So thank you.
Definitely. And for the rest of the broadcast sponsors, that's going to be Critical Hit Bass Lures and Southern California's Nautilus Media Systems. This was a race brought to you by Death by Moose Media. Once again, Stand Up to Cancer benefit race. In the booth with me was Eric Andrews. Always a blast to have you, man. Once again, thank you for joining me for the ride.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
You got it. And for everyone out there, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you guys for Sunday. That's right. The Core Racing Series is live on Sunday. and we're going to be actually seeing some pretty good racing that this Sunday. I'm pretty excited for it because this is round 3 of I believe the Busch Latte triple shotgun shootout. So I hope everyone buckles up and gets ready because it's going to be a lot of fun. And with that, I'll see you guys later.